Hey, it's Ebony. Welcome to my channel, and I help individuals, specifically women, learn how to survive and thrive with Hashimoto's disease as well as other thyroid conditions through food, fitness, and fun. And on this video, we are going to talk all about what happens after you've gone to the endocrinologist. Now, you've looked for your doctor, you've gone to the visit, and now you wait. Now, this is where it can be really fun or really nerve-wracking. I want you to take the really fun aspect of it because this is going to be an adventure. Yes, there are going to be times when you're frustrated. Yes, there are going to be times where you want to give up. But at the same time, I'm here as a witness to tell you that it does get better, but you have to put in the work. So now that you've gone to the doctor and you've probably gotten your lab values, and now you're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do in terms of establishing my new normal? So I want you to journal. I want you to talk about what symptoms are you having, what foods are you eating, how are you feeling that day, and also learn how to get in the habit of ensuring that you are taking your medications or your supplements at the same time every day, because that is going to make a difference because your body gets used to that. And I know from personal experience that when I don't take my thyroid meds at the right time or a consistent time every day, I can definitely notice a difference. So get in the habit of writing that down. The next thing that you want to do is really get focused on your nutrition. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, so I can't give you that type of advice, but what I can say is once I actually dialed in and figured out how diligent I needed to be as it related to the foods that I had, man, what a difference. So what I did was I started to get in the habit of making sure that I understood the foods that were definitely going to make me inflamed and just feel puffy or lethargic. And those went on my I can't eat list, because as much as I want to eat a cheeseburger and french fries just like everyone else, it doesn't agree with me. So why continue to eat those foods that aren't going to make me feel good when I can choose a different alternative and start to really notice a huge difference? And I'll be sure to have a video series where I talk about those things to get into more detail about how I was able to really find out what worked and what didn't. But for the purpose of this video, I want you to really and truly make a decision about how you're going to fuel your body. Not saying any particular way is right, but I want to ask you, what are you struggling with right now as it relates to your nutrition or your food? And that can be a very delicate subject for a lot because many of us have histories of issues with food, or not eating enough, or eating too much, or just not being in the right place. But I want you to know that you're safe with me, and I had to realize that for me personally, when I was anxious or when I got stressed out, or even when I was bored, I would eat. So I started to gain a lot more weight because of that decision. And once I actually learned how to, and really through working with a therapist, what triggered me to go there, it made it a lot easier for me to ask the questions, am I eating because I'm hungry or am I bored? And you may have a very different story or relationship with food than I did, and that's okay. We're all going to have a different approach. But once I got better at writing down those things, and this is why writing down those life events is also very important, it helped me to see what I was doing, which is so important. And once I actually got in the habit of writing those things down, Then writing down my symptoms also became easier. And the great thing that I noticed is that the better I ate, the less often I started noticing symptoms of my thyroid disease. So for me, I made that connection, and as soon as I started eating more vegetables and drinking more water, not only did I realize that I didn't have as many issues managing IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, but my skin started to clear, I felt less brain fog, and overall, I just had more energy. The next tip that I want to give you is take a picture of yourself every month. Now, you may be thinking that's kind of vain. No, hear me out. The reason why I'm suggesting this is because sometimes, while you may not be able to see the changes in your body, and sometimes you hear people saying, oh my gosh, like, what's going on with you? You look great, or you're looking a lot better. You're like, well, I don't see it because you're in your own skin, so you're not going to. But what I realized is that when I took pictures of myself, I could actually see the difference and the changes that was happening with me over time. And I went from having really dark circles and my face was puffy and it was swollen and inflamed to really having much more radiant skin. The dark circles went away. My hair wasn't as dry as it was before. And I could tell even that my posture had changed. So sometimes you have to get creative as it relates to tracking your progress over time, because even though you may think that you're not losing weight, for example, sometimes if you take measurements instead of getting on the scale, or you look at how your clothes fit, those are different ways to see your progress. So I want you to get in the habit of looking at the ways that you are bettering yourself and improving through writing it down, taking pictures, and taking measurements instead of weighing yourself, because again, that can become lost in translation. So let me know in the comments, what are some of the things that you've done now that you've gone to your endocrinology visit that you realize are really, really helpful? I'd love to hear from you. Also, make sure that you're liking this video and subscribing so that you can hear all about the next set of videos that I'm going to come out with. And with that, be happy, be whole, and be well. Take care.